Leicester, English city Leicester, has returned to strict lockdown measures amid a rise in new infections. It's useful to compare the UK with 3 other Western European nations of roughly the same size. Here you can see the total deaths in Italy, which was the first to be badly hit by the virus, and in France. And then there's Germany, which has seen much lower figures. And here's the UK. In March, it was about 2 weeks behind Italy, but it soon caught up and then overtook Italy. As June ends, the recorded death toll in the UK is almost 44,000. That's higher than the recorded deaths in any other country in Europe. Well, the pandemic certainly isn't over, but we are far enough into it that we can now compare recorded deaths from all causes. Let's look at the UK first. This dotted line shows the number of deaths that would usually occur. Actual deaths for 2020 are marked in grey, as you can see. Initially, the UK was below expectations until Covid arrived. The red areas show excess deaths, where the person has died relating to Covid-19. And blue shows the other excess deaths. But some of these deaths may have been caused by Covid. Others could be people who have died because of restricted healthcare because of the pandemic. Add red and blue together, and this is a useful guide. Based on these calculations and adjusted for population, the UK has seen more excess deaths than any other country in the G7 group of wealthy nations. That includes Italy, France and Germany. So why do we think this happened? Well, there are lots of factors that can make a country susceptible to coronavirus. The UK's high death toll may be connected to high levels of obesity. It may be connected to London being an international travel hub. And government decisions may also have contributed. The UK's first death from coronavirus was recorded on the 5th of March. The government strategy was to lock down gradually, to flatten the curve of infections rather than to stop the virus outright. And some countries were locking down. Public events in the UK, though, continued. The Cheltenham Horse Racing Festival opened its doors to 250,000 spectators on March the 10th. A few days later, the band Stereophonics tweeted this picture of a concert in Cardiff. In fact, they held 2 on the 14th and 15th of March. And 35 people had already died from Covid-19 in Spain when around 3,000 Atletico Madrid fans were allowed to travel to Liverpool to watch a Champions League game. Ben Johnson attended that match and later developed symptoms.
You just think of them 60,000 people. I'm one of them. I probably wasn't the only one who was asymptomatic and who went to that match. You know, it was obvious that it shouldn't have gone ahead. And I think it was negligent that it went ahead. And there's no fault of the clubs. But I just think it was a poor decision.